point is, does Israel have a right to exist?
I've been
But a
here-
Zionist simply means somebody who believes that Israel has a right to exist. Now, the question is, do you believe Israel has a right to
I
exist?
guess. I mean, I want Israel
Yes.
to exist. So, like, do other countries have a right to exist? Do they have a right to exist? You keep saying Israel has a right to exist, and I want to know what other countries
They have a
right.
legal right because every international body in the last 100 years has said the Jewish people have a right
I
to
understand
their
you explained
indigenous
it, but
homeland.
First, to the legal right. Does any other country on the planet have the same right that Israel has to exist?
Well, you could say, does Jordan have a right to exist? When it was Transjordan and the Brits came and divided up the Middle East and they gave some land to Jordanians and they gave some land to the Saudis and they gave some land to various Middle Eastern countries, and it was all carved up. And the French gave Lebanon its right to exist. Do they have a right to exist?
So that's my. So
Yeah.
every country.
Does the U.S. have a right to exist? And I'm telling you, I think the U.S. has a right to exist. But does the U.S. have a right to exist? Does anyone question whether we have a right to exist?
But so every current country on the map has the same right to exist that Israel has. Is that what you're saying?
I think what we're saying is that when a country has established itself and it is following international law, it has been deemed by numerous bodies that it is indigenous to its homeland, as Israel is. This is its homeland. It goes back 3,800 years to the time of Abraham.
Now I'm
the
getting
Jewish people just showed up here in 1948 and said, we're going to have some land.
Hold
here."
on. So those are two different tracks, and I just want to make sure that we separate them so I understand each one separately.
All right.
So you're saying there's the modern legal framework, and so you said a country that abides by international law has a right to exist.
I would say that that is a part of its existence.
Would the inverse be true that a country that does not abide by international law forfeits its right to exist?
Not necessarily if it has the capacity to stay and make its case known. But there have been Jewish people in this land,
but that's
in
a
this
separate-
very land, for 3,800 years.